Yeah, hello. Good evening. Yeah. Uh, I know it has been a long time, and I've not been posting, and well, just a couple of things, and not just a couple of things, trying to put some things in place. Yeah. And even though I was a bit quiet for some time. Sincerely, I've been researching, I've been thinking, I've been worried about what is happening in Nigeria. Yeah, because I told myself that the current situation facing Nigeria, the innocent citizen, the weak, the orphans, the poor, and the Christians in Nigeria. I'm not excluding most of the Muslims that are also victims of what is this is the insurgency in Nigeria. Yeah, I'm not disputing the fact, but I'm just concerned about the insurgency in Nigeria. Yeah, so I've been thinking about it. So I really want to say thank you to most of the pastors, few of the pastors who have come out to speak on behalf of the weak. You understand? And if not for those few persons that came out to speak, I don't think the recent development we're having today, recently, we won't be having it. Yeah, we won't be having it, sincerely. And though most people say a lot of things about the man, I think Pastor Ezekiel, I really need to appreciate his efforts. I really need to appreciate him and say thank you for being a voice to the weak. And also with the other persons like Very Dark Man and a few others. Yes, I think I've forgotten his name, English Allergy. Yeah, I really want to appreciate the good work you guys are doing. And this other guy that they are trying to blackmail, that he took money out of what is it called, money made for ransom, which I don't believe that, because of the storyline is not tallying at all. It's not tallying, so I don't want to go into that. But I really want to appreciate all their efforts. The only thing I will tell you, don't give up. Don't give up. Continue your good work. People just want to bring you down because they know the good work you are doing. And let me just chip this in. I heard one influencer, also content creator, came out to say something that you should be collecting money from people for your good work. Please don't. If you do that, if you start doing that, my brother, I'm telling you, go and mark it. I'm telling you, that will be the beginning of your downfall. Don't do it. Continue with the way you are doing, and don't listen to what people are saying. Don't let it get into your heart. Don't let it get you down. Focus on what you are doing, the good work, and God the grace of God will be on you. I'm telling you. All right. To some pastors recently and before now that came out to say that there's no genocide, shame on you. I'm really disappointed in you. And I think some priests also, some Catholic priests, they came out to say there's no Christian genocide. There's no genocide in Nigeria, especially Christian genocide. That is a big lie. Right from 2009 up to now, go and check the track records. Check it. BBC, Africa News, all Al Jazeera, Nigeria crisis. They have the timeline and everything. And the Premier Times Nigeria also. These are sources that have evidence. They have evidence. You understand? So if you see between 2009 to 2025 this year, or let's say even 2023 last year, you see that the numbers of Christians that have been victimized, they've risen up to about 52,000, not including the one of this year and late last year, just 2009 to 2023. About 52,000 Christians has been eliminated and has been murdered by these jihadists. I will use it, jihadists, these religious extremists. Yeah. And not, like I said before, I'm not disputing that most Muslims have not been victimized, but I will make it clear that those Muslims that have been victimized, they are those Muslims who don't believe in this agenda of the extremists, which is jihad thing. You understand? They don't believe in it. They don't believe in killing. They believe in a peaceful coexistence with other religions, with other people. They see them as brothers. So these extremists see all those Muslims as an infidel, also as an enemy. So they also target them. So if you go to the north and or the various states that have been victimized, you see that majority of the communities, they are either Christian communities, or if it's a Muslim community, those Muslims who don't key into the agenda of this extremists or jihad thing. So they wipe them, they take them out, take their land, because they see them as a betrayer, which is very, very wrong. Please hold on, I'm cooking. Let me check what I'm cooking. Okay, I'm back. So like as I was saying, you see, these Muslims who are also targeted alongside with the Christians, they are those who don't believe in this agenda of the extremists, which is jihad, killing. So for you to understand about this agenda, this agenda has been a long time agenda, a calculated agenda. I don't know if you can remember, there was a time they came up with the idea of a ranching system in each of these states, and people kicked against it. Yeah, though it wasn't a bad idea, but the extremist has a very, very archaic and hidden motive regarding that. But thank God it wasn't supported. I really thank God it wasn't supported. And now, if you observe after then, you see the way these extremists, they taking opportunities. I'm not saying the extremists, they are just in the Muslim religion. No, they are also in the Christian religion. There are a lot of Christians who are also benefiting from this insurgency. Yeah, even governors, some governors, because I believe if you see the way Nigeria system is structured, you see that the more insecurity in the state, the more allocation for security to combat insecurity, which is a very bad system. It's not supposed to be so. That kind of a structure will promote insecurity. Some governors who don't know themselves, some officials in the state, if not the governor in the states, they keep allowing insecurity to persist so that they can benefit from the allocation. You understand? So for me, there are ways that all these insecurities can be combated. I really appreciate the step that the president is taking currently, though I wasn't happy with him ever since. But now I'm really appreciative of most of the steps he's taking now and to combat this insurgency. And I also want to commend President Donald Trump. If not for President Donald Trump, I don't think Nigeria politicians would have stood up, because before now, just a few of them, normally sit up to talk about insurgency. The rest of them, they see it as they focus their attention on other things. They don't care. People dying every day, they don't care. Know that there are no strategies to put things in place. They are, but they don't see anything. They all keep quiet just because of money flying up and there, or here and there. So now I think that there are ways all these things can be combated. One, I don't want to talk about what is leading the factors contributing to insurgency. I don't know if I should talk about it. Like we said, we all know most of the factors: corruption in the military system, corruption in our government. You understand? Corruption is just the main thing, and poor structural system, because it's also one of the contributing factors. And greed, religious extremists, greed, people who they just want to dominate. They want to dominate politics. They want to dominate the land. They want to have control, influence, and power to their hand. And they want they have another hidden agenda, religious agenda, to make sure Nigeria become one religious nation, which is very, 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 very unfair. So combating this stuff, first of all, commending the step by the president, by electing this our new Minister of Defense, is really a nice person with a good track record. And I think with the step ahead, Nigeria we no good. And before that, sincerely, I would say that thank God people are talking about this, and steps are being taken, because what I saw before now, I would say that if President Donald Trump or Pastor Ezekiel and other few pastors who spoke about this did not raise their voices, 2027, there won't have been Nigeria. 2027, Nigeria would have lost its essence, would have lost its meaning. And I think that the church may not exist in 2027. Yeah, the church may not exist in 2027. But thank God for intervention. I believe that it is the hand of God that moved. Even though Trump is not coming to invade Nigeria or anything, he's not coming to invade like people say, use the word invade, and which is not true. He didn't say he's coming to invade, but which he didn't say anything about this. Our leaders, political leaders, religious leaders, traditional leaders, all of them would have kept quiet, because they, one way or the other, a lot of them, they've been benefiting from this insurgency, what is going on. Yeah. So now, our budgeting system in Nigeria, if you observe, I took my time to check about it, you see that Nigeria budgeting for security is termed as classified information. So any budget given release for security, regardless of the institution, especially the army, they don't come back to account for it. So which is I think we promote siphoning and corruption in the system. So I think that the money made for security or budget for security should not be sent directly to the military directly. So the military can come up with their own plan that this is what we want, this is our plan to fight insecurity, these are the ammunitions we need, these are the resources that we need. They can give a mad quotation of what they want, but the money shouldn't be released directly to them. To me, there should be an external body or a committee that will cut across maybe some retired military personnel and other civilians who are not part of the military, but who know about security, who knows about procurement, people with expertise. They can bring, there should be a community of different discipline, bring them together. You understand? They will form that community that will scrutinize what these people want. But this committee should be a very classified committee. So an information made, decision made there should not be made to be public. It should be a decision of the committee, should be classified also. So because of security reasons, you understand? So this committee should be the one to review the quotation or the budget from the army, what they want, and also with other security agencies. They should review it, what they want. The money shouldn't be given directly to them. That is why we're having what we're having. Corruption in the army, people siphoning money made to fight insecurity, people siphoning money meant to procure ammunitions or other resources. So if we have this committee scrutinizes what they want, and the army on their budget can give a recommendation of a procurement agency or people who sell the resources that they want. Then submit it to this community. The community will contact these agencies and check the price, the type of material they're requesting for. Then also check it against the reputation of where they are buying it from, to know if it's a quality or if it's standard, to know the standard of what they're getting, if it's equivalent to the budget they wrote down. Then this committee also still don't need to pay for those budgets, for those procurement. No, the finance shouldn't be put in that committee. So the committee now then can approve it or relate it to the if I don't know, currently I don't know if they send it to the Senate or to the president approval. Send it to the president for approval. If the committee approve it, then it now moves to the president because he's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Then he cannot finalize the approval. Then a financial institution will be the one to make the payments on behalf of the committee and the army, not sending the money to the army directly. The financial institution send the money to the procurement agency or the company that they're getting anything from, or where they're buying it from. That this financial institution send it to them, pay for it. Then the committee should also have a tracking system. There should be a deployment of ICT. You understand? Then they can do a tracking system where they track the procurement, how it is coming, the type of resources they are getting, the standard and everything. They track it, and when it arrives the country, then in terms of logistic, then they can also track logistic How many of these resources are going to the police? How many of the resources are going to the DSS? How many of the resources are going to the army and each of the states? How many of these resources are going to each of the states? They should know the numbers. The committee should be aware of it, tracking the whole system, everything, so that this thing won't get into the wrong hands. Like recently, I think that the kind of structure we have now, if we keep having that structure, you see, somebody can buy substandard stuff because they don't need to come give account of it. They buy some standard stuff. If their budget states, let's say 1,000 of these materials, they can end up buying 500, and this 500 might even be substandard, and they might not even distribute the 500 to where they are supposed to go. They might distribute like 250, and the other ones, where would they go to? If this kind of people are the one benefiting from this insurgency and siphoning most of this money, promoting insurgency so that money will keep coming, what will they do? They will carry most of these materials and hand it over to these people to continue their wicked activities. So with this kind of structure, you cut all this thing out of it, all these loopholes out of it. So that is the procurement process and the tracking system. You track everything. Then the other aspect I still need to talk about regarding especially the army, because we keep hearing the most soldiers coming up to complain about their welfare, poor welfare. I think the way the structure is, that can still be restructured. A committee can also be set up that is independent of the army, that do screen, just the way civil service are screened. They can do screening. You understand? Go for screening. It can be an online screening. Online screening. You don't need to go to a center to stay there. You use, once you are where you are, you do your thumbprints, do your screening online. Once you pass verification, what they do for payment of welfare, this financial institution should be set up. These financial institutions should be the ones that pay welfare directly to these to these people. Pay directly instead of sending the money through their bosses. And most of their bosses, what will they do? Some of them, they will not treat them fair. They won't give them what they deserve, and that is why we keep hearing complaints, poor treatment, poor welfare. So those are any budget made for the military welfare, that shouldn't be termed as classified. It should be something of public thing, because it's not a classified information. So it's something that people need to know about it, especially those in the military. They need to know about it, what they are being paid, how much they are being paid, not their boss coming to say this is what is you have for your welfare, which is very, very unfair. So I think that structure should be considered also. Then a strategic policy should be put in place. Now, like we know that the more insecurity in a state, the more budget that keeps coming to tackle insecurity allocation. So with this kind of system, like I said before, we promote insecurity, because there are some people who are wicked, dubious, and corrupt. We always want to benefit from this, promote the insurgency so that they can keep benefiting. So how do you tackle this thing? You can come up with a strategic policy. I can term it as one kind of drastic policy. Now, you, instead of giving more allocation when insecurity rises, you can revert that policy to say, if insecurity rises, we reduce allocation. made for security. We reduce it. In fact, they should even stop it. Then the governor of that state, and the if it's the military officer who is the head of that state, the police who is the head of the state, maybe the IG of that state, all of them should be brought to book. You make a policy that if insecurity rises, we will demote you people or suspend you people and replace you. Yeah? These people will sit up to tackle insecurity. They will think of siphoning money or budget. So any budget that comes, they want to use it to tackle it. That I think is a good strategy. Not saying if the more insecurity, the more we keep allocating more money to you guys. So all these, though I'm not saying there are people who don't use it for the good of the people. They don't use it for good. They use it, yeah, they are. While some are just wicked. That's why we're having what we are having today. You see some states, the governors, they're not doing anything. They folded their hands. If not for the recent development, now everybody is shaking. Everybody wants to do something. They are talking about it. Where were they when all these things? People were crying. People have been dying. If not for Donald Trump, who made just a tweet, our politicians, everybody was shaking, just rising up. Well, okay, now we know that we are ready. We want to tackle it. You understand? And lastly, I want to say something regarding my pain about the pastors and general overseers of churches. I'm not trying to castigate any general overseer. With due respect, I respect every man of God. I respect every general overseer of churches. I respect them sincerely with my heart. But the way you guys were silent in this whole matter, it is very, very wrong. It is very, very wrong. It is very, very wrong. And a lot of people keep saying, some people came out to address some pastors. They call their names, drag some pastors, that why are you quiet? They say a lot of things about pastors. Some even use some harsh words, of which I'm not in support of that. I'm not in support. I'm not the one that called them into ministry. But the truth is, by their fruits, the Bible may declare that by their fruits, you will know them. What is your fruit, sir? Then some pastors also say that, oh, these coming pastors, they come, they don't keep quiet, they just come up and start saying a lot of things about fathers of church. That it is wrong, they start judging fathers. No. To me, it is not wrong to correct an elder when the person is doing wrong. Correction is not judgment. If you check the Bible, go back to the Bible, you see that a lot of kings were corrected. Kings were corrected. Prophets were corrected. Look at Prophet Jeremiah. He corrected a king. This is what God wants you to do. But it wasn't passing judgment. It was God that passed judgment, not the prophets then. Prophets stood up to correct systems. Prophets stood up to correct kings. Prophets stood up to protect their people. What about the time of Jesus Christ? What did the apostles do? They protected the sheep. That the rich, they were even selling their stuff to feed, to take care of the poor. That was what they did. But today, Today, you see churches, pastors, we all secured, we move around with securities, while our members, we tell them God will protect you, which is very wrong. Today, you see, instead of the shepherd protecting the sheep, it is now the sheep that protects the shepherd, which is wrong. If you go to the Bible, you see the commission that God, Jesus Christ, gave to Peter, who was the head of the apostles. Jesus told him 3 times, he said, feed my sheep. Feed my sheep. Feed my sheep. Those were the commission he gave to Peter, Apostle Peter. Number three, what does this symbolize? Completeness. A commandment, what must be done, what should be done, what should be done. It should be. That is what it is. That is commandment. It's a commandment God, Jesus Christ, gave to the apostles. And if you see, check the life of the apostles, you see that they were feeding the poor. They were taking care of the poor. Apostle Paul gave himself towards the poor, protecting the sheep. But today, what is happening to the church? We so much focus on building cathedrals. We so much focus on building auditorium. People were dying. None of the pastors were saying anything. They all kept quiet. They could not confront the government of the day. If you go back to the Bible, you see that the government listen. They are subjected to the prophets, not the other way around. Not the other way around. What about Saul? What happened to Saul? It was a prophet that ordained him. And when he misbehaved, what happened? Samuel went to meet him that your throne has been taken from you. Government has been taken away from you. And what happened? It came out the way God wanted it to be, just like the prophet said. Prophet then, they have commandments. They have commandments. But today, the government have commandments over our churches. Because why? We've sold out ourselves for political influence, for words. Now, a lot of pastors, a lot of general overseers, they can't even confront bad leadership. They can't even confront bad government, because they know that if they stand up, they have cockroach in their cupboard. They have negative thing. I watched a video. A senator was talking about, one senator who was once a governor in Edo State, was talking about church, pastors. He said something that, the way he put it, can't put him word for word, but what he was trying to say that our churches, what they do, anytime they see a politician come to church, that is when they want to say, oh, we have a project we are doing, either want to rule this, just for the politician to donate or contribute. He said, these are the mission of the church. Pastors, I felt ashamed, I felt embarrassed. And it is true. A lot of pastors do it. A lot of general overseers do it. Anytime they see politicians, that is why they want to sell themselves. While we politicians respect you, they will never respect you. By their fruits, you will know them. Then secondly, you see pastors doing a lot of things, rubbish. A lot of things that are, if you see yourself, fake prophecies, fake healing, a lot. I'm not judging. I can't judge you. I'm not God. Judgment is for God. But correction is of man. Man can correct. We can correct. Even an elder, once you are wrong, will correct you. By their fruits, you will know them. If I see an orange on a tree, I'll know this is an orange tree. I will know. By their fruits, you will know them. So please, let's turn back to the first love we have for God. Let's turn back to care for the sheep that God has given to us. Don't be the wolves in sheep clothing that will destroy the sheep. Don't be the wolf that will go for the 99 and leave one that is dying. Jesus gave a parable. Jesus gave a parable, went for the one in place of the 99. The 99 were secured, one was lost. He went for that one to bring him back, to make it 100. But today, when anytime one is dying, we focus on the 99. It doesn't matter. We don't want to pursue one and leave the 99, because we know that most of these pastors, most of them, I'm not saying all, please don't quote me wrong, they focus on the offering, tithes. Sorry to say, I watched a general overseer when he said something that Adam and Eve did not eat any fruit, that what they ate was the tithe. God, such an embarrassment to the church. An embarrassment. We are now in the age where a lot of big men of God, pastors, fathers of faith, they twist the Bible or for financial gain. It is wrong. It is wrong. Let's explain the Bible the way it is. Let's preach the truth to the world. Do not twist the Bible so that people will not see the Bible as a fictional book. Do not twist the Bible so that people will no longer experience the power of God anymore. Do not twist the Bible. Do not. So that the hand of God can be on the church again. I remember a church. When I was growing up, Holy Ghost church, filled with Holy Ghost, filled with vision. That was the church the Bible exactly described. But today, the church, I don't know what is happening. Visions are no longer visions anymore. Prophecies are no longer prophecies anymore. Promotion are being sold now. Competition among pastors. Twisting of the Bible or for financial gain. People twist the Bible just because of how they can get more funds to remit to headquarters. Headquarters now promotes people because of the financial inputs they are not contributing to the church, not based on the souls, not based on the work anymore. They now classify work on finance that the pastor bring in. Please, let's go back. Let's recorrect ourselves. And to Khan, you have a long road to play. I'm not going to say a lot about Khan. I'm going to make a separate video and I will address a lot of things. Give an advice. Give a recommendation about Khan. Please. Khan, I'm not going to castigate you. I'm not going to say, but please wake up. Wake up. Wake up. The national body of Khan, wake up. Wake up to your core. Wake up to the unity of the church. Wake up to the unity of the message, not different churches having different message. Wake up to correct rascalities going on in the church. Wake up to correct every rascalities going on in the church. Rascalities among pastors. Correct it so that there should be discipline in the house of God. That is one of the mission of CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria. Unity of the church. Unity. Oneness. One message. One heart. One vision. One mission. Do not be deceived by denominations. Do not be deceived. On that day, there's not going to be denomination in heaven. There's not going to be Redeemed Church. There's not going to be Winners Church. There's not going to be Christ Using Church of God. There's not going to be what is it called? Christ Embassy in heaven. No. We're all going to be one. One. So please, church, wake up. Stand up. Stand up. Thank God for the church should be happy if not for this intervention. 2027, the church might face a severe persecution in 2027. But thank God, change has come. Change is coming. People raise their voice. Please, General Overseers, raise your voice for the weak. For the weak, for the orphans, for the widows, those who are poor. Raise your voice for them. Give to them. It is the responsibility of the church. Give to them. Do not collect from them. Do not twist the word of God just to get from them. Please, I beg you.